If you go to our website, top middle of the page, it says, watch us live. You can all watch us live right there. Just click that link, it'll get you there. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will have to do the work for you. Unless you come to our website and you put Mornings with the Leader Man into that search. And that'll get the results to the top. And click the one that says Live Now. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Well, spring ended yesterday. Any semblance of it. Summer is here today, at least weather-wise. Technically, it's a month away. But you know how it is. We get doused with the worst of it. And there's not much way around it. It's just grin and bear it. Partly cloudy today, maybe an isolated thunderstorms. What does that tell you? Humidity is going to be up. We're going to have dew points in 64 to 66 range, high of 91. So you will sweat. Now, that is not the super muggy stuff. I'll give it that much. You'll sweat, but it won't be the super muggies where you walk outside and it just wraps you in a wet blanket of hot and sticky.
Yeah.
This is the kind where you move around, you'll feel a little sticky. So it's still better than what we know is coming. Tonight, clear and 69. Tomorrow, even worse, mostly sunny with a high of 93. Every time we get a golf tournament, it comes in here. A nice golf tournament. And this tournament has some real babes from the past. I hate to say it that way, but...
Your style of babes.
Yeah, Jan Stevenson, she was a hottie, man, when she played. And Laura Baugh is here. And I saw some videos on them last night, and they're still lookers. Been in their 50s and 60s. And, yeah, they had huge galleries just for the eye candy when they played. Hey, I'm a guy. I'm allowed to say these things.
They got enough cops down there controlling the traffic. They probably have quite a few in the gallery this year, too.
Yeah. And anyway, the nice thing about let me finish the forecast. We'll get back to it. Saturday, 93. Sunday stuff at 90 degrees. 89 Wednesday, 92 Thursday. I think summer keeps compiling on itself, and it doesn't go in the right direction. Just stayed put. Everything, we would have had a really nice summer, like yesterday and the day before and all last week, when you stayed inside instead of coming out and enjoy it. Anyway, 64 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Now, getting back to the U.S. Women's Senior Open, they have one for the men. They've had for years. This is the second year for the ladies. And the nice thing about watching the women play, they swing like you and I do. The men, they get up there and muscle it. They're using all the high-tech gear. So is the women, but they're using the super high-tech gear, and they're swinging at clubhead speeds you can't possibly get to. And that's why they're driving at 300, 325 yards every time. Some of them doing 350 and 360. It's crazy.
Some of the women don't do too bad.
No. But they have to do it with technique and not muscle, by perfect ball striking. And it's at a pace that you can see it and feel it. And also, the crowds aren't so ridiculously thick that you can actually follow a group around and see them play the whole round if you choose, or you can stay in one spot. But they don't have near the crowds for this. And but that's why you can get up close and watch and observe, and the PGA used to be that way, but not anymore. Now it's 14 people deep at every place on the course.
Yeah, and they have stands in several places.
Yeah.
I was astounded here the last couple of years watching some of these things.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good to watch them because, like I said, they play like you do. They don't drive the greens, so they have to play smarter and get it up close and down, and you can watch all that a whole lot better. Because, like I said, if you want to follow one group from the first hole to the 18th hole, you can. You can keep up. You don't have to fight a horde of crowds to do it, and watch them play. It used to be back in my day. They didn't have roped off fairways. You could walk down the fairway with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And when they stopped to play their ball, you just stood a respectable distance from them and watched them hit. Now you got to stand in the rough. And
Yeah, I've gone out to a couple. I remember the one up in Hartford, Connecticut. And, yeah, you just kind of meandered along. And
well, those were the days, yeah. Might get back to them as bad as golf is dwindling as a sport.
Yeah.
Still a lot of interest, and the U.S. Open is still the number one tournament, packed to the gills. And
well, I think that's probably driving some of the, the high-end prices and, these bandstands or grandstands around the holes and things because they got to generate the bucks somehow.
Yeah, remember when they did it a couple of years ago here, or 3 years ago now, and they come in 4 months ahead of time and start setting up the grandstands.
Yes, they do.
They closed down the tennis courts and put a whole building on it.
Right.
It was a tent building, but it was a big media building.
Yeah, that was actually, it was.
Oh.
I've seen larger ones, aircraft hangars, temporary like that. That's what I thought it was when I first saw it going up.
But anyway, it's a fun event, and $20 is all it is. You can park at the Sand Hill College, and they'll shuttle you there. But I would imagine you park right there too. It's not that crowded.
You can go over to Sand Hills Community College.
Yeah,
and they'll take it.
It's well marked where you park, and
yeah, that would probably be the better
shuttle
thing
over
because they have actually the state troopers are out on 22 there.
Yeah.
Right at PD Road and
no,
and
the
all
state
that.
troopers are sitting in their car.
Well, but they're controlling traffic because
Yeah.
they've got people crossing 22 down there. So
Last time we had the LPGA Women's U.S. Open, which was played at Pine Needles, not the senior, but the regular tour. The troopers were there, and it was hot, and it was muggy as hell. And this was back when Gerald Galloway was chief of police of Southern Pines. They were involved because it's in Southern Pines, and the troopers were out because troopers basically have two jobs: writing speeding tickets and directing traffic. I won't go off and
probably a good idea.
a tangent on that. But anyway, the traffic never backed up far enough for them to crawl out of the car and direct it. Because we back then we had a traffic reporter, and I made him go by and count the troopers sitting in the cars and count the troopers actually directing traffic. Now, the Southern Pines Police were always out of their car directing traffic every second. Troopers sitting in the car in the AC because it was just too daggone hot. Plus, they made those troopers wear long sleeve shirts and that hat.
That wool polyester blend in it.
Yeah.
If you think you're hot here this afternoon, go put one of those shirts on and walk around.
I felt one of them at the U.S. Open. I went up to the guy. I said, "They don't have anything cooler than this." I said, "This is torture to you."
No, because they don't maintain the pressed sharp creases and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's the sharp crease and perfect uniform. They got lots of awards for being the best looking troopers on the world. Well, they're going to be dead troopers in this heat. It's unbelievable. Plus, they got a bulletproof vest on underneath.
And I'm sorry, they're not the best looking troopers. I'm a little. There's one thing about New Jersey. Most everything I really was glad to leave, but state troopers up there, they're the sharpest looking. Sorry, all you North Carolina troopers.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I don't like are the county mountie hats. It's time to come up with something new.
Yeah. Well, some things are traditional.
Whatever. And the haircut.
Well, yeah, there's a purpose for that. It's called a uniform for a reason, and that includes your hair.
Well, I can understand, like your hair. It's kept short, but is not cut down to the skin.
No, just about once every 3 months now. I don't do that anymore. You're correct.
Yeah, I can understand if you're going through boot camp at Paris Island and that hair just got to be out of the way.
Yeah.
Buzz it all off and crawl through the dirt.
Yeah.
But I just like a little more comfort in my life. Maybe it's just my old side of me. Well, as a kid, I probably wouldn't have cared. I remember I hated those hot, humid days because it make my, I grew up during the long hair hippie type days.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't a hippie, and I didn't have that old scraggly hair.
No ponytail.
It was longer than it is now, and humidity did a wreck on it because I always kept it in place and sprayed down.
Yeah.
But, phew.
No ponytail? You should have a ponytail. You're a radio personality.
No, I never had a ponytail.
With a little scrunchie there holding it together.
I remember seeing my senior college picture. They gave it to me, and I went, oh, God, that looks awful. And I pulled out my scissors, and all of a sudden, well, voila, you could see my ears again. It looked terrible. Sometimes you just can't see it until you get a picture like that.
Yeah.
And this is the day before cameras on your phone and all that. All you had were mirrors, and when you look in the mirror, you see what you want to see.
Yes, that's true. And hopefully there is a reflection there.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get it all into one mirror. All right, 7:42. Let's but yeah, check out the LPGA if you want to go see something that if you're into golf, you'll come away with
a different perspective than watching the men play.
Yeah.
And I think that's true with a lot of the women's sport. Like I think I mentioned it before, women's soccer, to my mind, is a completely different game than watching men's soccer, and it's a much more fun game to watch than men's soccer, I think. I mean, there's technique there. They get out there, they're a little more, when they are a little more physical, kind of rubbing shoulders, et cetera. We don't have all the phony falling down baloney and getting carted off. And, if you see, from what my limited viewing, I don't watch everything, but, if there's some woman getting carted off the field, she's hurt, and not the phony crap you see with the men.
Well, I never have been able to get into soccer, so I watch a little.
Well, but see, that's what I'm saying. I have some friends that like to watch it, and so I'm sitting there, and the men's stuff is just, most of the time, just why don't you go to the final kickoff thing? Save me 90 minutes, because you're watching these guys. Nothing happens, score 0-0, and then they have the 10 goal shots at the end, and whoever, just skip it all and just go to that, because the rest of it is just awful. But if you watch the women's soccer, I watched a women's soccer game one day. It's just a completely different game, and it was actually
they had women's soccer on last night. I almost clicked it on it, but I didn't.
Watch it sometime because it's much different than the men's game.
Yeah,
it's technique. I've never watched the women's basketball. And the next time that flashes by, I may watch one of those because I suspect it's the same thing. You'll actually see technique and proper ball handling and shooting, et cetera. With the men's game, it's just I can't even watch the game because. These guys are palming the ball. They're doing this. They're taking 3 and 4 steps to the basket. Yeah. It's just atrocious game.
The thing that gets me about soccer, you're watching it and you're looking at the clock and it's down to 3, 2, 1. We won. And the guy in the ref says, we're going to play 3 more minutes.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
What's with that? The game's over, isn't it, dude? No, 3 more minutes.
Yeah, you got the injury penalty stuff and all that stuff.
Well, there's nothing worse than having a migraine unless you're having a migraine and constipation.
Oh, that would be bad. Well, one's probably causing the other.
Well, we have a cure for that now.
If you have migraines and constipation, try Excedrin BM. Excedrin BM takes care of your terrible headache, but also relieves your stopped-up colon. Just take 2 time-release capsules, relax, close your eyes, and stay near a toilet.
Thanks, Excedrin BM. My migraine is gone, and phew, I think I just flushed away 10 pounds.
Consult your physician if you experience calamitous farting. May cause dizziness. Do not take after eating at Panda Express. Excedrin BM. Follow us on Facebook.
Well, maybe you heard that Taco Bell is opening a luxury hotel in Palm Springs this summer. It'll be called The Bell, and it opens August 9th for a limited time. It'll have Taco Bell food, of course.
Oh, cool.
Menu items you can't get anywhere else. A Taco Bell gift shop. And a salon that does Taco Bell-inspired hair and nails. What, are you going to come out looking like a chihuahua?
I don't know.
Here's what calling the front desk will sound like.
Front desk.
We have a problem in our bathroom.
You're in the back room?
No, the bathroom.
Would you like to try the new $1 loaded nacho taco?
No, the toilet's backed up.
It's only $1.
No,
It's loaded with nachos and tacos.
I'm loaded right now because I ate in your restaurant earlier. Help me out. The toilet's backed up.
We're a little backed up down here, too. Do you mind coming down to the lobby?
I gotta go.
All right.
Today's show is brought to you by Flashback Fridays. I still remember the 80s like it was just 30 some odd years ago. That's crazy, right? Pass the Botox.
There you go.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been in a Taco Bell.
I ate there last week.
Didn't you? I scratched them off my list so long ago, I can't remember one.
Here's what I didn't know, and I should have known. I guess I was just being a stupid man. I always liked their 7-layer burrito.
Yeah.
I thought there was meat in there
No.
because it's a pretty filling.
Yeah.
It turned out to be all vegetarian. I went, huh? Still like it.
Yeah. You sure it wasn't loaded with, like, lard or something?
Probably. One more flashback sponsor here.
Today's show is brought to you by Flashback Fridays. If you find 80s hair band music in your child's iTunes library, that's considered good parenting.
A new study found that 99% of people on social media are using at least 4 different social media sites a day. The top ones are Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That's a lot of message notifications. That's what you hear on your phone all day.
No, actually, I don't. I don't hear any of that on my phone.
Well, we took Jeff's phone to the side yesterday when he wasn't looking,
Right.
when he was refilling his coffee cup. And here's what 5 seconds of his phone sounded like. Yeah, lots of messages coming in.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think so.
Usually, it's the kids who get in trouble for senior pranks. At a high school in Pennsylvania, the principal, vice principal, and senior advisor were all suspended this week. Apparently, they haven't grown up yet. Apparently, the advisors signed off on a prank where 16 seniors let a dozen chickens run around in the classroom overnight. The students also flipped over desks, toilet papered hallways, and put Vaseline on the doorknobs. Now they have to come in to school 2 hours early every day until graduation and do extra cleaning. Here's a student and a parent.
There was like a lot of toilet paper, a lot of Vaseline all over the handles of doors. There were chickens. As a general rule, I think people are taking it a little too seriously, but I could see why people would be upset about the whole classroom destruction. And, the teacher, I can understand why he would be upset. I hope he's all right, I don't want him to get fired or anything.
We didn't have, per se, the pranks like they're pulling now, but ours were minor. But, yeah, we toilet papered, but we did the outside of the building.
And a mom at a basketball game last week in California, where else, got busted tripping a 9-year-old player on the other team.
What? Oh, man.
People also overheard her telling kids to elbow the other team in the face. They're trying to ban her from the tournament.
One of the kids during one of the timeouts had said, "Hey, coach, there's a parent on the sideline. It's a woman, and she's telling their kids to elbow us in the face." Are there other parents who take youth athletics this seriously where you would actually attempt to harm a child?
What are we teaching our kids?
Yeah. I don't know that that's anything new. I just, I think back in high school now, and yeah.
You were elbowing the kids in the face.
No, but I'm just thinking about some of the parents and some of the stuff they were doing, and I'm not sure it wasn't any different.
Well, Rhode Island launched a state-funded self-driving shuttle service on Wednesday, offering free rides to the public on a 12-stop loop. They're calling it Little Rhodey. And he got pulled over by a cop on the first day. He was curious what it was because he'd never seen one before. Luckily, each shuttle comes with an attendant who can take over at any time. Here's the CEO at the launch. He even made a joke about getting along with the police.
So it follows the rules of the road just like a human driver would. We have to wait our turn at stop signs. We have to wait for a green light. And all of that sort of intelligence is baked into the vehicle. That's one of the strengths of our vehicle, our ability to be on public roads, mixed in with regular traffic, pedestrians, mounted police, as the case might be in Detroit, you name it.
Yeah, I can see the cop now. You can't drive that on my road.
Maybe.
You're going the speed limit. What's wrong with you? Nobody does the speed limit around here.
That's fact.
That's for Southern Pines people.
Yeah, they're either about 15 over or they're about 10 under.
Yeah. Family dinners are less common than they used to be. A new study found 72% of us sat at the table for dinner when we were kids, but only 48% of families do it today. Yeah, the TV went off at dinner time, didn't come back on till the next day at our house. After dinner was study time. That's why I'm so smart today. 30% eat dinner on the couch, 17% eat it in bed. Here's an old SNL skit where Will Ferrell and his dysfunctional family have dinner. That's Sarah Michelle Gellar as the sulky teenager.
I had a funny thing happen today at work. When I left the office, I had trouble unlocking my car. Then I realized I had the wrong set of keys.
Did somebody take your keys?
Can I finish the story?
Honey, do you want to go to pottery class with me this weekend? I wish you were dead.
You do not talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that. I work too hard to deal with this stuff. I work too hard.
Folks, I apologize for playing another unfunny Will Ferrell skit.
Yeah.
That wasn't worth the time. That part of your life is gone forever. I'm sorry. A woman in England fell in a lake while she was paddleboarding last month, and all her husband seemed to care about were her glasses.
Oh, well, yeah, they're probably pretty expensive over there.
Well,
she's doing all right. Oh, hell. Your glasses, grab your glasses, grab your glasses, grab your glasses.
I guess you had to see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody thinks their life's so hilarious they have to videotape every second of it. A guy with a knife recently broke into a lobby at an office building across from City Hall in Tacoma, Washington, and the surveillance camera caught him wandering around naked for an hour and a half.
Naked?
Naked.
Okay.
He didn't steal anything, but the owners still feel vulnerable and violated. And obviously, they don't want to touch anything.
This one is over the top for me. In the hour and a half, he would go upstairs and back downstairs, kind of lurking in corners and whatnot. I've been in that community for over 20 years, and I've never experienced this type of feeling before. Vulnerable, violated. I don't want people to feel unsafe coming down there, so it's a really fine line for me. But yet, I feel a sense of obligation that people need to know.
Well, let's all say it together then.
Everybody keep their clothes on. It's ridiculous how often I have to say that.
Yeah.
Keep your clothes
on. Okay. Good news this morning. And the Colonel will enjoy this. A Marine.
Oh, dear.
From Ohio came home from Afghanistan recently and surprised his 8-year-old son by filling in as the pitcher at a Little League game when his son came up to bat.
We will now have a new pitcher step in for the Bandits. We would like to welcome home Staff Sergeant Steve Batista from the United States Marine Corps, who's been serving in Afghanistan since last September. Thank you for your service.
I think if I was coming home from a long stint overseas, I'd want to see the family more than surprise them. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't know what all the circumstances are there, but yeah, in general, I agree with you. I don't know that I'd want to wait for the Little League game.
Yeah. Unless I was tied up in debrief until then, so that worked out that way, that'd be all right. Debrief's over, and I come over and surprise my number one boy. 55% of us admit they are rude when it comes to this. Our impossible question of today, what is it?
I don't know. Rude when it comes to this. Oh. Man, I have no idea. Talking on the phone or not paying attention while you're on playing with your cell phone.
Rude to their smart speaker. I'll give you credit.
Oh, okay.
Alexa or Siri.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because they talk like that to their wife. Yeah. They're going to be living outside.
Yeah. Well, kind of like you with your computer here.
Yeah, you see how well it listens to me, too, don't you? About as well as the ex-wives did. No, you can have my Corvette. According to the National Marriage Project, you are 30% less likely to divorce if you make over this.
Less likely to divorce if you make over your...
It's a number.
It's a what?
It's an amount of money.
Oh, I don't know. No.
$50K a year.
$50K.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Yeah.
About 30% of people in the U.S. have two of these.
Cars.
Jobs.
Oh. Okay.
According to History.com, the world's oldest known recipe is for this.
Fried rice.
Beer. Might have known it'd be the stuff that goes right to the head.
Yeah.
The hell with the fried rice and nutrients. Make beer.
Well, it's grain. I mean, grain in a bottle.
I mean, who the heck figured out how to make beer the first time?
I don't know.
It's like I wonder who the heck figured out how to make ecstasy the first time. Have you ever...
Feeling like summertime out there today, and especially over the weekend when highs climb into the 90s. Today we'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. An isolated shower or storm possible during the afternoon and evening. Highs today in the mid-80s to near 90. An evening shower or thunderstorm possible, then mostly clear overnight with temperatures in the low 60s. It's sunny Saturday, hot and humid with high temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wellmuth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Big day for the pro-life camp in Missouri. The GOP-led House there expected to pass a measure to ban abortions today at 8 weeks of pregnancy. And the state's GOP governor is likely to sign it into law. Here's correspondent Andrew Stewart.
Republican-led state houses nationwide are imposing new restrictions on the procedure. They're hoping more conservative justices will overturn the High Court's landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade decision legalizing abortion. Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, and Georgia all approved bans on abortion once a fetal heartbeat is heard.
As correspondent Andrew Stewart reporting, the Missouri measure does allow exceptions, but only in medical emergencies, not in cases of sexual assault. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, Republicans fear a sweeping LGBT rights bill could lead to discrimination against people of faith.
House Democrats are set to approve what's called the Equality Act, which aims to extend civil rights protections to LGBT people by barring discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity. The bill, which would cover areas including employment and housing, is a top priority of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who says it'll bring the nation closer to equal liberty and justice for all. While a vote is scheduled for today, most Republicans oppose the legislation, calling it another example of government overreach. President Trump is expected to veto the bill if it reaches his desk. Matt Small, Washington.
President Trump says he hopes there will not be any war with Iran, but tensions have been flaring. Former Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Dr. Michael Oren, says Iran's recent military provocations may be an effort to push back against U.S. sanctions and demands that it end its nuclear program.
I would be surprised if the Iranians want an out-out war. I know the United States doesn't want an out-out war, and certainly we don't. But as I said, it's a dangerous game of chicken.
Dr. Michael Oren was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Donald Trump has declared war against the Federal Reserve. The winner will determine the outcome of the world's economy. My name's Adam Barada. I'm the author of the national best-selling book, Gold is a Better Way. Trump has called the Federal Reserve crazy, his number one enemy, and believes they've blown a massive asset bubble that their rising rates will pop. Trump knows he must beat the Fed to the punch before they cause another financial collapse. He'll do this by monetizing gold. His brilliant plan will cause the price of gold to double overnight. I lay it all out in my in-depth report, The Mar-a-Lago Accord. To get this report and a free copy of my best-selling book, text the words Trump Gold to 49776. That's Trump Gold to 49776. The U.S. owns more gold than every nation in the world. Trump's about to use that gold to make America great again. Text Trump Gold to 49776. That's Trump Gold to 49776. If you have an IRA or 401k, you absolutely need to see this. Text Trump Gold to 49776.
The White House has launched an online survey whether political partisanship has led to somebody being silenced by social media sites.
As part of its communication outreach, the White House's official Twitter account has a link to a forum saying that the Trump administration is fighting for free speech online. It continues, no matter your views, if you suspect political bias has caused you to be censored or silenced online, we want to hear about it, with an exclamation point. The president has publicly spoken out against social media companies, especially after Facebook banned several outspoken public figures.
That is correspondent George Bonzati. Conservative lightning rod Roy Moore of Alabama considering a fresh run for the Senate next year. Former state Supreme Court Chief Justice was a narrow loser of a turbulent special election for the same Senate seat in 2017. National Party leaders say a Moore nomination would endanger what they view as a strong shot at defeating Senator Doug Jones, the Democrat and former federal prosecutor who upset Moore 2 years ago. More on these stories at townhall.com. Air traffic controllers at the Fort Worth En-route Control Center can honestly say their job stinks.
At least 100 flights at DFW International Airport were delayed after a partial evacuation of the nearby center because of a rank odor. Controllers who manage high-altitude flights started noticing a stench late Thursday morning that was later identified as a sewer issue. Plumbers were brought in to work on the problem. Air purifiers and fans were set up in the building to help get the smell out. Air traffic had to be managed at a slightly reduced rate as employees were rotated in and out of the building. No illnesses were reported. Rhonda Rockster reporting.
Former White House National Security Advisor Michael Flynn told the special counsel's office that people connected to the Trump administration and Congress contacted him about his cooperation with the Russia investigation. That's according to a court filing from prosecutors yesterday describing Flynn's cooperation with the probe. More of these stories can be found at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Bob Agnew.
Jersey Mike's is making your life easier. We are now partnered with Uber Eats. If you can't get away, Jersey Mike's will come to you. Hi, this is Cindy Byron, General Manager of Jersey Mike's here in Aberdeen. It's easier now to have that sub-above experience with delivery from Uber Eats. Jersey Mike's prides itself with providing the best sub in town. Now we can offer delivery too. Just use the Uber Eats apps to place your order. Jersey Mike's, we are a sub above. Visit Uber Eats online for more info.
Next to your home, your vehicle is one of the largest investments you'll make. Hey, it's Anthony from Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop. People tell us all the time, I have a vehicle at home that I only wash by hand and I don't need to have it detailed all the time. Well, did you know that Champion hand washes vehicles too? Give us a call at 692-5060 to find a time to get your vehicle properly hand washed using the 3-bucket method to ensure your vehicle is cleaned as gently as possible. That's Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop near the corner of Morganton and Broad in Southern Pines.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out, find out what you've been missing, and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
Great news. During the Jeep Celebration event at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen, all new 2019 vehicles are available with easy pricing. Just ask. At Leith Aberdeen, we strive to make it easy for you, not only with buying a new vehicle, but when you have to service your vehicle as well. We have quick and easy oil, brake, and tire services available just for you. Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
If you're looking for an amazing car buying experience, then head to Leith Honda Aberdeen today. With a huge selection of new 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks, Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you. Our service department makes it quick and easy for you as well. We provide 100% customer satisfaction for all of your car needs. We mean it when we say we're easy to get to and easy to deal with. Leith Honda Aberdeen, the name you can trust.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Tensions between the U.S. and Iran have escalated dramatically in recent weeks after the U.S. received intelligence on threats from Iran to U.S. security forces in the Persian Gulf region. CBS News correspondent Margaret Brennan spoke with Iran's ambassador to the UN, Majid Ravanchi.
Ravanchi blamed the U.S. military buildup as one reason his country is dismissing the president's offer to have direct talks.
Why can't you get to a table to negotiate?
They want to have the stick in their hands, trying to intimidate Iran at the same time calling for a dialogue. What type of a dialogue is this?
Red flags are flying at many beaches today as there is a high risk of dangerous rip currents. The National Weather Service says beaches from Surf City to Duck are included in the advisory. They say the most dangerous time for strong rip currents will be a couple of hours either side of low tide, which is around noon. One of the victims of the UNC Charlotte shooting was honored by Charlotte Mecklenburg Police this week. Student Riley Howell was recognized with the Civilian Medal of Valor during the CMPD's annual award ceremony. CMPD Chief Kerr Putney.
He actually represents the majority of people that I encounter on the streets of Charlotte every day. People who are willing to roll up their sleeves and do the right thing.
A man convicted of killing his wife more than 30 years ago was put to death last night in Tennessee. Officials say Don Johnson prayed, sang songs, and asked for forgiveness as he was executed by lethal injection inside a maximum security prison in Nashville. Travis Lawyer with the Associated Press was a witness to the execution.
About 7:27, we heard a sort of high-pitched ah kind of noise, and he stopped snoring. Then they lowered the blinds at 7:35 and pronounced the time of death at 7:37.
North Carolina health officials say 2 more people have died from the flu this season. You're listening to NCN News.
There are millions of unused and leftover opioid pills in North Carolina alone, enough to stretch from the mountains to the coast. These powerful prescription pills are contributing to an epidemic that takes 5 lives every day. But there is something more powerful than opioids. All of us. We can take back our extra pills and ask our healthcare providers about alternatives for pain. Together, we can take back our communities. Learn how you can help end the epidemic at morepowerfulnc.org.
NASCAR racing is back. The 60th running of the Coca-Cola 600 this Memorial Day weekend. The most patriotic day in racing kicks off with a free concert by Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Cheap Trick. Then NASCAR's best battle it out for the right to be called Coca-Cola 600 champion. Tickets start at just $49 and kids tickets are just $10. Experience race day for yourself at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get your tickets today. Call 800-455-FANS.
This year's favored tax package for Republicans at the North Carolina General Assembly has received preliminary Senate approval. The proposal advanced on Thursday is almost identical to tax provisions contained in the House's state budget proposal approved 2 weeks ago. President Donald Trump is trying to jumpstart the process of overhauling America's legal immigration system. CBS News' Natalie Brand is at the White House.
President Trump's sweeping plan to overhaul immigration would change the focus to merit as a path to citizenship.
We want immigrants coming in. We cherish the open door that we want to create for our country. But a big proportion of those immigrants must come in through merit and skill.
The administration is proposing a point system that gives preference to high-skilled workers. Education, income, and being able to speak English, key criteria.
We're learning more about attempts by several people to obstruct the Mueller investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Here's CBS News' Bill Raycall.
Former White House National Security Advisor Michael Flynn told the special counsel's office that people connected to the Trump administration and Congress contacted him about his cooperation with the Russia investigation. A court filing from prosecutors says Flynn and his attorneys received communications from unidentified people connected to the administration and Congress that, quote, could have affected both his willingness to cooperate and the completeness of that cooperation, end quote. Flynn's awaiting sentencing after admitting lying to the FBI. Bill Rakoff, CBS News, Washington.
A new beach access and parking area is opening along Cape Hatteras National Seashore. National Park Service officials say the new access opens today in Buxton at a site that previously served as a base for the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Turning more hot and more humid today. We'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, and a couple of isolated showers or thunderstorms will be possible this afternoon and this evening. Highs today in the mid-80s to near 90 degrees. Tonight, a couple of evening showers or thunderstorms possible, then mostly clear with temperatures in the low 60s. It's hot and humid and sunny on Saturday with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, it's partly cloudy, 66 degrees. Humidity still maxed out at 100%. Dew point up there at 66. Pressure is 29.94. Wind southwest at 10. And visibility 8 statute miles. It is 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. Pine Needles head golf instructor Donna Andrews hit the opening tee shot of the second U.S. Seniors Women's Open yesterday morning at 7:30. The tournament began with an opening ceremony featuring a number of the 82nd Airborne Division All-American Chorus singing the national anthem. Judy Rankin, 26-time winner on the LPGA Tour, served as the honorary starter at the 4-day championship now underway at Pine Needles Lodge and Golf Club in Southern Pines. The 120-player field includes 43 fully exempt golfers, 8 of whom are U.S. Women Open Championships. In total, there are 20 USGA champions in the field. Single-day tickets are available just $20 at the gate or online, and no added cost for parking. If you want information or to buy tickets, you can do so online by visiting usga.org. And the Village of Pinehurst has announced the launch of Engage Pinehurst, a new online engagement platform where residents are invited to leave feedback on current projects the village is rolling out. This new platform replaces the previous Open Village Hall. Engage Pinehurst is designed to make it easy for village residents to get involved, participate in community decisions, and provide ideas and feedback on a variety of topics. It's simple to be a part of it. Go to engage.bopnc.org and click the register button on the right side of the page. A quick sign-up will enable you to provide comments and suggestions. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Carolina Hurricane season has officially come to an end. The Boston Bruins last night blanking the Canes in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals at PNC Arena. 4-0 the final to complete the sweep in 4 games. The Canes gathered at center ice at the game and raised their sticks to salute the crowd. One last storm surge for the season. Head coach Rod Brindamore afterwards said he was a bit surprised, but proud of his group of players that he says overachieved.
They learn a lot. I mean, we kind of talked about briefly in there. It's, coming into this, I would have thought it would have been tough. Like the first round was where I would have thought that we would look like this, to be honest with you. So it kind of surprised me to get it now. But I know how fatigued we are mentally, and I think that's where the young guys don't quite understand how hard it is to win.
Off to the NBA, where it was a tale of two halves in last night's Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Portland looked to have all the answers and corrected problems from Game 1. In the first half, they took a 15-point lead into the locker room. After the break, Golden State came out ready. 13 of Klay Thompson's 24 points came in the third quarter, in which Golden State outscored Portland by 15. Tied heading into the fourth, Golden State did what they do, finish. They beat Portland 114-111 and take a 2-0 lead in the series. Steph Curry reached the 30-point plateau for the 4th straight game. He had 37. Afterwards, he talked about going up against brother Seth Curry.
This was like the coolest experience I think I've ever had playing, against him. He was amazing tonight. Made 3 big shots in the fourth quarter. It worked out perfectly tonight. He played well and we won.
Kevin Durant sat out Game 2 last night, and he'll miss Games 3 and 4 of the conference finals in Portland as he continues to recover from a strained right calf. This is NCN Sports.
The new FN 509 midsize 9mm pistol is now part of FN's legendary concealed carry lineup, and it is a natural fit. With its smaller grip frame modeled after the battle-proven million rounds tested FN 509, the FN 509 midsize comes with 2 15-round magazines and naturally improves concealability. Available at your local firearms dealer. FN, the world's most battle-proven firearms.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
Brooks Koepka takes a 1-stroke lead over Danny Lee into today's second round of the PGA Championship. Koepka delivered a 7-under 63 in Thursday's first round at Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York, to become the first player to post a 63 at a major in consecutive years and break the course record at Bethpage Black.
Major championships, I just suck it up, and you don't always have to aim at the flag like you do in regular events, and sometimes it's just about how few bogeys and doubles you make this week.
Koepka's 1-stroke lead over Danny Lee, who birdied the last 2 holes for his 64. He made 8 birdies in his round despite failing to get any on the par 5s. Tiger Woods, he's 9 strokes back. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
I'm here with Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage to talk about service. Aaron, I know that service is a big deal in Cooper country. In fact, certified service after the sale is all part of the Cooper promise.
That's right. At Cooper Ford, we promise to do what we say we're going to do, when and how we say we're going to do it. And speaking of service, May is Military Appreciation Month at Cooper Ford, and I'd like to personally thank all the men and women who have served this great country. It's always an honor to serve those who serve, and as a small token of our appreciation, during the month of May, all active, retired, or veteran military personnel will get 1 free oil change and up to $1,000 off any new or pre-owned vehicle with a valid military ID. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Eric Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just off 15501 in Carthage. Just a few short minutes from the traffic circle. Or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Who
Who will star in your movie? You've spent years working, taking care of your kids, saving money, and now you're nearing retirement or maybe already retired. Now it's your turn. You get to write the script. Will your retirement be filled with travel, time with your grandkids, and days spent reading or just laughing with friends? Hi, I'm Grant Perry of Pinecrest Capital. Our family of financial professionals have helped hundreds of families write their retirement script. Don't let financial limitations take on the starring role in your retirement. We want you to be the star. Come in and meet with us, and we'll help you create a financial strategy that's tailored to your lifestyle and your long-term financial goals. So call us today at 877-501-7335 and make an appointment. Again, that's 877-501-7335.
Pinehurst Capital is a registered investment advisor in the state of North Carolina.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call, we'll be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
Come to Comfort Services in Aberdeen to get a free estimate on a new Carrier system or heat pump, and you may qualify for a rebate up to $2,000 from Carrier. Get in on the savings and purchase a qualifying heating or cooling product before the Cool Cash rebate ends June 30th. You may also qualify for financing options as well. Stop into Comfort Services on Highway 5 next to the Habitat store in Aberdeen, or call 910-695-2665. Carrier and Comfort Services, a great team.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
Great news. During the Jeep Celebration event at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen, all new 2019 vehicles are available with easy pricing. Just ask. At Leith Aberdeen, we strive to make it easy for you, not only with buying a new vehicle, but when you have to service your vehicle as well. We have quick and easy oil, brake, and tire services available just for you. Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
If you're looking for an amazing car buying experience, then head to Leith Honda Aberdeen today with a huge selection of new 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks. Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you. Our service department makes it quick and easy for you as well. We provide 100% customer satisfaction for all of your car needs. We mean it when we say we're easy to get to and easy to deal with. Leith Honda Aberdeen, the name you can trust.
I think we can all agree weekends are delicious. Well, your weekend just got more delicious. The Hickory Tavern is now serving brunch on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 2 with several entrees to choose from. Baked omelet filled with sauteed peppers and onions, tomato and goat cheese, and topped with bacon crumble and sour cream. The Tower of Power beefy blueberry pancakes, avocado toast, fresh sliced avocado and tomato salsa piled on sourdough toast and topped with balsamic reduction, candied banana and walnut French toast, mini squares, and last but definitely not least, the Chicken Wafflewich, a Belgian waffle with hand-breaded chicken breast with maple sausage gravy. Each entree comes with a side of bacon. Wash it down with a shareable jumbo mimosa carafe or Bloody Mary. Get out of the box and into the Hickory Tavern for brunch, Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 2.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Did any of you read the story about the couple in, where else, California, who were fined $600,000 because of what they did to a tree? Before I tell you what they did, I'd like you to use your imagination and see if there's anything a person could physically do to a tree to deserve $600,000 fine. And actually, now that I think about it, it is California, so I don't guess it had to be something physical. It might have spoken harshly to the tree. Or maybe it turns out it didn't want to be a tree. Maybe the thing identified as an undocumented worker. Who knows in California? But yep, it was physical. The tree was 180 years old. It was on the property of Peter and Tony Thompson, and they uprooted the thing. Wait, there's a little more to it. They simply moved it to another location, still on their property. They took 3,000 cubic yards of dirt to keep it alive, but alas, the tree died. Now, the people are rich, so that makes them pretty disgusting. And all I can do is give my opinion, so I will. I think I'd do about anything to keep a 180-year-old tree alive. I hate that it died. Still, it's their property. They didn't intend to kill it. They spent as much as a lot of houses cost to keep it alive. And it is a tree. I'm thinking $600,000 is a lot, unless you're in California or if you're the Moore County Superintendent. Have a good day from the Zoom Walton Zone.
Feeling like summertime out there today, and especially over the weekend when highs climb into the 90s. Today we'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. An isolated shower or storm possible during the afternoon and evening. Highs today in the mid-80s to near 90. An evening shower or thunderstorm possible, then mostly clear overnight with temperatures in the low 60s. It's sunny Saturday, hot and humid with high temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
We start the weekend. Have a great weekend.
Is it party time already?
Already?
That's crazy.
That sounds crazy. That's outrageous. I love it.
Kidding? I love it.
She loves it.
Yeah, we like it too.
Does everybody have to be crazy today?
She's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind.
It's a happy Friday.
It is a happy Friday.
Game of Thrones ends this Sunday. I bet people have Game of Thrones parties.
That is the most outrageous.
Oh, this is crazy. It's fun, like in that movie.
Come on in, you psycho.
She's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind.
Happy Friday. Hear me and rejoice. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday? Already?
This has been the longest week of my life.
This week has been kind of a blur. Needless to say, I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it.
Ready for what?
Ready for what?
The weekend.
The weekend.
The weekend.
You and me both.
What are we waiting for? Let's go. It's showtime, baby.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM. At 990 AM WEEB, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Hey, time to get up, get out there, work up a little sweat. It's going to be a nice one today. Get out there and watch that ladies PGA or seniors tour.
Seniors Golf Championship.
Right, yeah, get out there and watch that. That'll be fun.
Right there at Pine Needles on Midland Road. Don't forget, of course, this program is being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you're on your mobile device, your YouTube app will do the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. And if you're on your mobile device just needing our audio, we suggest many apps that will do that for you, like TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. Just put WEEB into that search, and the stream will pop up there at the top. Should. And if you're on our website, you can always get it 24/7, 365 in the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages at talk973.com. Just click the icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Tap it once and you're listening that quick. Well, summer arrives today in full vengeance. Partly cloudy today. Isolated thunderstorm can't be ruled out, but not likely. Look for a high of 91 with dew points in the mid-60s. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 69. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 93. In other words, it got worse. Clear tomorrow night, a little 70. Sunday, a little bit cooler, 89 for a high, but still dew points around 66. Not good. Sunday night, clear at 71. Monday, even worse. Yeah, partly cloudy. Dew points will be about 68. Isolated thunderstorms, high of 88. Tuesday, sunny and 90. 89 on Wednesday. Sunny and 92 on Thursday. Yeah, I'd say summer's here. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are southwest at 10. Visibility 8 statute miles. Pressure is 29.94. Here's that little magic number, dew point, 66.
All right, yeah. Love it.
You never want to hear that number get above 68. That's when it gets starting to get suppressive. Humidity 100%. It's partly cloudy, 66 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:30 past the hour on this Friday, and we talked about this last hour, the Women's Senior Open being played, LPGA Women's Senior Open, or is it USGA Women's Senior Open?
I'm not sure.
I should get that right. Yeah,
I get them confused.
Yeah, this is the USGA Women's Senior Open being held at Pine Needles. So, and like we were saying, you get a lot closer to the players at an event like this than you would at the men's U.S. Open, where it's 20 people deep everywhere you go. And just a gazillion people. And you're lucky if you can see a player from a distance. You can see it a whole lot better on TV. But this you can get up close and watch it and get into the rhythm. They hit the ball more like we do. In other words, at our swing pace that we can see.
Right.
They're not muscling the ball like they do on the PGA Tour. But and they have to. It takes them 3 to get to the green, not 2 usually.
Mm-hmm. Yep. On
a par 5, and they're not driving par 4s. Anyway, like I said, it's more like you and I play, so you can get more from it and get up close and follow. If you got a favorite player, you can follow them around. Old heartthrobs from the past, like Jan Stevenson and Laura Baugh, are going to be there. I remember when Golf Magazine put out, I wouldn't call it centerfolds, but
I would hope not.
It was the women of the LPGA, the hot women.
Oh, okay.
And they had little spreads on each of the top hotties, and Jan and Laura were 2 of the top hotties.
Yeah, well, I'll have to go through your stack of old golf magazines.
Right there with my old stack of Playboys, too. Yeah.
Right, there you go.
No, it was, they were very attractive women, still are. And they're going to be there playing. So we'll see how they do. All right, 8:32 past the hour. By the way, the tickets are just $20, available at the gate. Or you can get them, where did I put that? At usga.org. Go online and get them. Or you can get them at the gate, and parking's free. You can also park at the Sand Hills Community College and shuttle over there. But I think there should be plenty of parking right there at the event.
Mm-hmm.
And when it runs out, you'll be parking at Sand Hills. But
right.
I didn't see anybody, very few cars at Sand Hills yesterday. So,
well, that would be my choice anyway.
Yeah.
Rather than sit there and play bumper cars in some lot somewhere.
Yeah, it's easy to get in and out of
right.
it. And, as long as they keep that shuttle rolling, and we'll see. They do. They always do a good job of the shuttles. Because when they had the U.S. Men's Open here,
right.
I had press pass, and from the press parking lot, the shuttles were, every 10 minutes they were running.
Right.
You parked in this press parking area within 10 minutes. You were leaving and going over to the venue. They drop you right off there at the press area, and you went. They scan your credentials and make sure it's not a counterfeit. Mm-hmm. You're in. All right. And then you could get your free food.
Oh, there you go.
They also had, remember, what was that tent that they had out there on the fairway? It was right around the 9th hole, somewhere around there. There was a big old tent that had huge air conditioners in there, blowing like crazy.
No,
because it was so muggy outside.
I didn't.
We had dew points in the 70s.
Yeah.
And you went in there, it was like heaven. But you had to have a different type of ticket for that building.
Yeah, I don't know.
They looked at me and said, "I'm sorry, but press credentials do not get you in this building." A friend of mine had a ticket that would get me in that building, so I got in. But
no frequent flyer miles to get in. Huh?
You lowly press, just go somewhere else. You have your own tent. This is not for you. I went, but I'm going to spend money in here. We don't care.
You got to spend money before you get in there. That's the point.
Yeah, I forgot what that tent was called. Anyway.
It's the press exclusion zone.
But every time somebody opened the front door to it, this big whoosh of cold air came out. I mean, they had some super duper air conditioner rolling on that building.
Yep.
And you got relief from the outside quick. And it was a big building, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All righty. Let's, things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. Because we don't like sounding that way. In Connecticut, a radio station just flipped to Trump 103.3 in ultra-conservative format.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can see it now. Trump 103.3. Yeah, I wouldn't do that because it turns off some potential sponsors.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get the backlash. You're going to go through all the stupidity. So, yeah.
It just cuts into your potential advertising base. Chris Rock's going to star in a Saw reboot. Oh, boy. He'll Saw Me Not There.
Yeah, no kidding.
Televangelist Pat Robertson is criticizing Alabama's new anti-abortion measures as extreme, saying, I think Alabama has gone too far. Sarah Jessica Parker is denying reports that she was in a screaming match with her husband, Matthew Broderick, allegedly caught on video.
You mean a braying match?
A braying match?
Yeah, bray like a donkey.
Oh. She looks like
a donkey.
She would, if they ever did a remake of The Wizard of Oz, she'd be perfect for the witch.
I don't know.
They wouldn't have to use a fake nose on her or anything. 343,000 people have signed an online petition requesting that HBO redo the 8th and final season of Game of Thrones.
A redo?
They want a new writing staff to do a better job.
A redo? Oh, my God.
I guess they don't like most of the characters getting killed off in this thing.
They've been killing characters since the first season.
Yeah, but they get all to the top tier here, and about half of them are gone now. Well, Cersei bites the dust in the last episode.
Yeah, I suspect that's the only one that well, see, that's American cinema, etc. You know, and I know they film it or tape it in Iceland and other places, but you know, you always have to have, or it seems like you always have to have a happy ending as much as possible in American cinema. And you go watch movies, you know, in other, you know, from other places, that's not necessarily the case. Japan, China, you know, it's not a happy ending all the time. So, you know, get over it.
Taco Bell is taking over a Palm Springs, California hotel and turning it into a Taco Bell hotel and resort for their super fans. Reservations will be accepted starting next month. Rooms will be available starting August 9th.
Yeah, I'll run right down there for that.
Burger King's parent company is set, by the way, they moved it to Canada. Burger King's parent company has set the goal of 40,000 stores within the next 10 years. That's more than McDonald's has now. Watch those Friends reruns on Netflix while you can. AT&T owns the licensing rights to that show as well as The Office and ER, among others, and are planning to launch their own channel later this year. So they'll be disappearing from Netflix. Philadelphia Phillies fans know all too well that Bryce Harper is experiencing a huge slump after signing that $330 million contract. Lately, he's been batting .147 with 2 home runs. I'd say they're not getting their money's worth.
No, they are not.
People are going to come out to watch a .147 hitter. And the U.S. birth rate is at its lowest since 1980. Wow.
Yeah, that is not good. Well, I throw in some, I don't want to get into all that.
According to AAA, about 35% of us have one have one French fry in their car right now.
French fry?
Have at least one. They really don't belong there. It's probably got there by accident.
Well, we'll send in your beagle to root them out.
More than half the people in the world have an untreated cavity right now.
I do not. I know because
I just came from the dentist.
Yes.
According to Cosmopolitan, about 45% of guys admit they can't remember the name of the woman they lost their virginity to.
Really?
Well, they paid for it. I don't. It wasn't a real name she gave you. According to GQ, about 47% of men say they dump a girlfriend if she gained weight.
Okay.
Must not like her very much.
No, apparently not.
Or for the wrong reasons. All righty. Let's see here. Let's move on to second thing. I got to do something ahead of it. Let's see. We're in the market. It is right there. All right. This Sunday is the big Game of Thrones series finale on Monday. And Monday is a federal holiday. Not really, but don't be surprised if you're shorthanded at work because according to a new poll, 10 million people are going to skip work either by calling in sick or using a last-minute vacation day. But the big question remains, will those who watch Sunday's finale be satisfied or outraged? A petition to redo the season 8 with competent writers passed 700,000 signatures last night, and now they're shooting for 1 million. Meanwhile, Kevin Sussman from The Big Bang Theory joked that they'll redo last night's finale if anyone wasn't satisfied.
You're right.
I haven't ever watched one of those shows. Just doesn't trip my trigger at all.
What's that, the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You watch it?
I quit watching. It's been a while. I don't know. 3 or 4 years, I don't think I've watched one. Kind of lost interest in it. Yeah.
All right, let's pop a rim shot or two at you and see if we can perk you up with that. Kim Kardashian said that even though her and Kanye have helped with their new baby, they have help with their new baby. They still are very hands-on with him. But the hands-on stuff quickly ends when the show's director yells, "Cut!" And you wonder just how much parenting they really do.
I don't know. Hollywood types, etc. Some of them are good parents, and
they got 24-hour help.
Yeah, some of them aren't. I don't know.
Lisa Kudrow doesn't watch Friends because she finds it very painful. Courtney Cox doesn't watch because the Botox left her unable to open her eyes. Chris Rock is reviving the Saw series. In this version, people are tortured by having to watch Chris Rock trying to act. Chris knows a thing or two about torture. He worked with Adam Sandler. The Rolling Stones have rescheduled their canceled tour dates, but for Mick Jagger's safety, they're only playing venues near hospitals with 5-star cardiac units.
Yeah.
The new craze in Hollywood is AI personal trainers. Because after a session, a robot never says, "Do you have a minute to look at my screenplay?" Vanna White says her only fight with Pat Sajak in all the years working together was over a hot dog.
Uh-oh.
Fighting over a wiener. They really are like an old married couple, aren't they? The creators of Game of Thrones are making the next Star Wars movie, so hopeless dorks and lifelong versions, unite. Uber has unveiled a new quiet mode for people who don't want to hear their driver talk. Unfortunately, there's still no way to deactivate the driver from being on creepy mode.
Yeah. Well.
A 5-year-old boy in Philadelphia a 5-year-old boy in Philadelphia brought crack cocaine to school. Well, at least the crack didn't contain any nuts in there.
True, yes.
No allergies to worry about.
That would be horrible.
A new survey found that, that gets you suspended, won't it?
Probably.
A new survey found that 54% of the people say their current salary is unfairly low. Wow, who knew there were so many people working in morning radio, right?
Yes. As a matter of fact.
San Francisco banned facial recognition technology. But trust me, if it's a sad face, you won't go wrong recognizing them as 49er fans. A Monet painting of haystacks sold for $110 million. Or you can spend $50,000 on a house in Iowa and see the real thing from your window.
Yeah, there you go.
And scientists discovered a way to boost the flavor of store-bought tomatoes. It took scientists this long to discover Hershey's syrup. So, and those are your rim shots for today. All right, it is 8:46 past the hour. I'll tell you what, let's go get some bad guys this morning.
Get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Yep, bring the dog.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Mr. Cool Hand Luke.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were
Time once again, jump up and cross that floor in the style of the Duke John Wade and open up your closet doors. Look at all 30 of your safes. Today we're going to go safe number 20. We did 30 yesterday, 20 today. I let the good colonel reach in to grab our weapon of choice today.
Well, Steve, I'm telling you, this safe's a little sparse here. There's a dusty old derby in here. Looks like it fits you. And there's a billy club with a leather wrist strap. So that's it.
All right, we'll throw them both in the waistband here. Pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of some whoop ass, and out the door we go in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. This is the kind of woman, the kind of thing women talk about doing to their ex, but things can be way more gruesome in real life. A 32-year-old, Makala Header, lives outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and she went to her ex-boyfriend's house last Sunday night, but he wasn't home, so she waited.
Laying in
and waited. When he showed up around 1 in the morning, she was inside his house, and she demanded to know where he'd been, and then started hitting him. So he told her to leave and showed her the door, but on her way out, she landed one more punch squarely to the groin. And it hit him so hard, she'd just come from self-defense class.
Oh, yeah.
Hit him so hard, his junk burst.
Oh, geez. Ouch.
Let me say it for everybody. Ow! We don't want to get too graphic with the details, so we'll just say that she hit him directly in the family jewels so hard that one of his jewels fell out.
Ooh, whoa.
An ambulance took him to the hospital, and we haven't seen any updates yet, but he told the police even she looked worried that she realized the extent of the damage.
Oh, man. Yeah.
She's facing charges of reckless endangerment, simple assault. Simple? Harassment and felony aggravated assault. Okay, there we go.
Okay. There should be a felony in there somewhere.
Yeah, really. I got a picture of her here, and she's okay. Nothing.
Is she a weightlifter, is she?
No. Little, I guess it looks, what's the word I'm looking for? It looks like she'd be a a dark soul.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, has a look about her. And
like a really heavy grunge band groupie. Stupid criminal news number 2. It's got to be nice as a police when instead of having to hunt the criminals, they come right to you. An officer in Gloversville, New York, was investigating a report of a stolen truck on Tuesday. And when he went to check out a spot where someone had recently seen the truck, it drove right past him. So he radioed down to another cop in the area, and they pulled it over. The police arrested all 4 people inside the truck, 3 20-year-old guys and a 24-year-old woman. They also had crack, marijuana, painkillers, and illegal handguns. So they're all facing several charges. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. All right, it is 8:51 now, past the hour on this Friday. Let's see here. All right, let's keep right on moving along. Do everybody's favorite part of the program.
And now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, a random facts for today, and maybe a spare if you're good. Legos are a better investment than gold.
Yes.
Their value have gone up about 11% a year since 1987, which is better than gold, stock, or bonds.
Yep.
Arby's was originally created in the 1960s to be a high-end fast food restaurant. The first roast beef sandwich cost 69 cents, which was 4 times more than a hamburger at McDonald's. Jim Henson got 1 Oscar nomination. Jim Henson got 1 Oscar nomination in his life, but not for The Muppets or anything else involving puppets. It was for an experimental short film he made in 1965 called Timepiece. Here's one for you, Colonel. In the Marines hymn, the line from the halls of Montezuma is about the Battle of, do you know?
Chapultepec, Mexico.
That's right. You know what year?
1836.
1847.
47, yeah.
During the Mexican, I'm impressed.
Yeah, man.
During the Mexican-American War. To the shores of Tripoli is about a battle of what?
Libya.
Derna
in Libya.
During the first Barbary War in 1805.
Right.
A little Marine history there for you. And New York City had an official magician from the 1930s to the 1950s. His name was Abraham Hurwitz. I wonder if he was Jewish. Can't tell from the name, huh?
Maybe, maybe not.
And his daughter was Sherry Lewis, who went on to create Lamb Chop Play Along.
Oh, yeah.
She was Jewish, wasn't she?
I don't know.
I believe she was.
Yeah, might have been.
Let's see. All right. I've got to kind of time things out here. I'm not going to use that one. So 87% of people say they love their job. That doesn't mean they'd stay if there was someone who drove a truck of money up to their house. And not even a big truck, it turns out. According to a new survey, 41% of the people said they'd leave their job they love to do a job they hate for the right price.
Okay.
How much is that price?
A lot. I don't know, $1 million.
$15,000 a year. More.
More?
Survey also found the average person would be fine with being miserable at a job if they were making at least $77,000.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, sure, why not?
And one more thing, 54% of the people say their current salary is unfairly low. That's what we talked about a moment ago, people in morning radio.
Well, there's, a huge job market out there right now, so it seems you'd be able to move up, move out, And just for the record, I'm not taking any salary here, so.
That's because he's naturally rich.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, just for the record, neither am I. I tell people, go look at my checkbook, see if my name's in there. Let's see. If this survey is right, then people are having sex with new significant others way before they're sharing something even more personal and intimate, their Netflix password. A new survey found that the average person won't trust a new boyfriend or girlfriend with their Netflix password until they've been dating for 6 months.
Okay.
But after that, the trust really flows. At the 10-month mark, we're willing to share our credit card number.
No. Never. Credit card number?
Yeah.
Get out of here. No wonder people are broke.
Let's see here. What else? All right, good news this morning. Would your boss be this nice if you did something like this? There's a really good steakhouse in Manchester, England called Hawksmoor. That's not cheap. It costs about $50 without any sides. And a group of customers ordered a nice bottle of wine the other day that cost $330. Yes, just the wine was that much. But they ended up getting an even nicer bottle because the waitress accidentally opened one of the most costliest ones in the building. It's a $6,000 bottle of wine.
Yeah, okay.
The price was £4,500, which is just under $5,800. No one realized it until it was gone. Her table asked for a second bottle because they liked it so much. And that's when she realized what she had did and freaked out. She was worried she might get fired or be on the hook for that money. But here's the great part. Her boss was totally cool with it. Her owner of the restaurant got on Twitter and congratulated the customers on the nice bottle they scored, adding, quote, to the member of the staff who accidentally gave it away, chins up. One-off mistakes happen, and we love you anyway.
Don't do it again.
He said he'd be a little angry if she did it again.
Yeah.
All right, so it goes for this Friday week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for Sweaty Monday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. About 68% of your money stays when you spend it here in our economy. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Hot Sweaty Dog Park.